This is a video explaining the Math 4 homework from page 92, problem number 1. And this problem asks us about a experiment, and we're trying to figure out if this was a well-designed, or how we could make a well-designed experiment to do this. Suppose that the manufacturer of a cough medicine wants to conduct a randomized, double-blind experiment to determine if adding a new ingredient results in a reduction in the mean number of coughs per hour. 50 adult volunteers with persistent coughs are available. So let's break this down a little bit. First part of a well-designed experiment is having enough subjects. For example, they're going to have 50 adult volunteers, and we're going to have 50 bottles of cough medicine that look and taste identical. This is going to be that's how it makes it subject blind, to make it evaluator blind as well. Of course, the people handing the bottles to the subjects would not know what which subject was getting the real cough medicine and which was getting some kind of placebo, which leads us right into the idea of a control group. So neither the subjects nor the evaluators would know who was in the control group and who was in the treatment group. In the two groups, 25 get the real medicine and 25 get a placebo. The placebo is something that looks and tastes and smells and everything identical to the other substance, so that nobody knows what they're getting except somebody that's not even in the room. That's what makes it a double-blind experiment. Nobody in the room knows who's getting what, so that no subconscious body language or tells of any kind can give it away. Also with the control group, this idea of a control group, you want to make sure that people have enough time to have the cough medicine take effect, and so you want to keep them in the same environment as much as possible. For example, keep everybody in the same room for a few hours so that the medicine has time to take effect, and you can evaluate whether people's coughs really were alleviated by the medicine. If you send them out and just ask them the next day if they had any better effects, you might not be able to trust their answers, because that would be very subjective based on the person's feeling about it. And some of them might go out and go out in the cold weather, or go out somewhere where there's a lot of pollution, or any other kind of effect that might come up. The third thing is the deciding who needs to be in which group, the control group or the treatment group. It really has to be random, so that none of the effects that are possible from, say, figuring out if there are other unknowns in the subject in the treatment could affect what's going on with the subjects. You want to do this to avoid, again, placebo effect and any other variations that could come up. If you randomly assign people to groups, you're going to minimize those other effects. So to sum up, to make this a well-designed experiment, there have to be 1, enough subjects, 2, there has to be a control group, and 3, the placement of people into groups needs to be random.